Hello, Rachel.
Hello, Mr. Miller. I'd like to
How are
point out that I'm using this big fancy mic you purchased for me. So
I?
thank you.
And you're very welcome. It sounds very nice. I love that. I do. So we should probably start with this is opinions. The opinions of the hosts or guests on this show, or the opinions of the hosts or guests, are just that, the opinions. And you should make sure that you understand that these are just opinions, and they may or may not represent people we may or may not work for or associated with. So with that,
Great. So
I
chill
will say,
out.
yeah, just hey, we're here to have some fun
It's,
and learn some stuff about. Hey, Ryan, howdy. How are you
hi,
today?
Ryan. Oh, it's Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Yes.
Ryan gets a sticker.
Okay. Wait, you have stickers? I don't have a sticker.
I know, Ryan. He's going to get a George Michael sticker.
You
He's
have George,
laughing. I'm sure of it.
you have George Michael's. I don't have George Michael.
There.
He's smiling. I could put him on our show. I can bring him on.
We need to have Ryan on as a guest. Ryan, would you come on as a guest? Woohoo!
Ryan, if you're not
what?
careful,
So you're actually going to be a good person to kind of pipe in, and we'll let you just do that through comments, because today our topic is going to be something that I think you probably would have a lot to share. Okay?
I'm a little nervous about this, just so you know. That's why I didn't shave, because I can look like an old man.
So you
Like
can hide.
yeah.
No hiding.
Yes. Wait,
Should we get right to it, Scott, or is there anything you want to say before we roll?
I want to say that it's really hot up here in Kern County. It's a whopping 106. And if you're in Kern County and you're going to be listing your house or showing your house, and you're not there, still set the swamp cooler or the air conditioner to be under molten lava.
Public service announcement.
Because I will tell you,
people die.
Yeah, I walked into a house today and it was 104 outside, and in the house it was like 101, and it was really hard to even hold on to my phone. My phone overheated, my camera overheated. I was like, okay, warm now. Yeah, I think you called me and I said things were melting off.
Yeah, brain. you were not polite.
So
you answered the phone saying really gross things. Oh.
Oh, you're like, oh, thanks. Wrong number.
Yeah, I didn't know that could happen.
So, I will say evaporative cooler. Yes. They are lovely when you have no humidity, Ryan. But if you have humidity, they don't work very well. And you need to start off in the morning before it gets to 100 and scorching. Just saying. So, okay, Rachel. So you said this morning one thing, but then you sound like you pivoted. So
no, it's not a pivot. It's not a pivot. So I'm gonna ask you questions. Let's see how I'll put it. So we're just gonna dive right into it. So let's say you are helping a new real estate agent, a new realtor, and this individual, and we'll say this individual has his first listing. So he's got the listing, he's got his listing agreement filled out. What is the next step for this new agent? What does he do next?
Well, first, I'm giving him a high five and a woohoo and saying good job, because that's what I would do. And so I'm going, okay, so what is he going to do? He's
Step
also
one is
number one, he is going to submit his listing agreement over to me so I can double check it and make sure everything's there. And then we're going to send it over to our TC.
Okay, pause. All right, so he's submitted the listing agreement to you. What are some of the typical things that perhaps a newer agent might miss or maybe unknowingly do incorrectly?
Well, yeah. A is the price that he talked about with his clients is at the same price it's on the listing agreement. That's
check. Okay.
That's huge. Is down near the bottom of the residential listing agreement, otherwise known as an RLA, is the agent approved to put a sign up in the house? And not in the house. Is the agent approved to put a sign up? Is the agent approved to use a lockbox? And if he doesn't know, he should probably find out. I have a client that does not want a sign. And I was like, oh, okay, let's make sure I don't put a sign. So that's one of those things you have to put down in the residential listing agreement. And if it's a mobile home or a manufactured home, is the number for that manufactured home or mobile home on the residential listing agreement. So
the number meaning the lot number, the address?
No. I'm gonna say the serial number of the house.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a serial number that
a lot of times of the manufactured or mobile home. Yes.
Right. Okay. It may not be on there, which is fine because we can always fix that later down the road, but it's always nice if it's there to begin with. We try to get as much information as you can. So once I take a look at it and he is a superhero and he's done everything correctly, then we're going to submit that over to the TC. So the TC can then start his or her process saying, okay. And the TC at that point will then take it and say, okay, let's make this move forward. And either my agent or the TC or both will get together and talk about, let's get the timeline down.
So I have to toggle back and forth between another screen. So there are quite a few documents involved, both on the buyer and the seller side. Mm-hmm. There's kind of sort of like a generic list, but as we know, every transaction is different and it might require not this, but that, and not that, but this. But there is pretty much a core list. So for the sellers, we've got the residential purchase agreement, the seller listing agreement, the disclosure statements, which encompass the transfer disclosure statement, the national hazard disclosure, the lead-based paint disclosure, the local state specific disclosures. So there could be different ones depending on where you are. The preliminary title report, the deed, the escrow of instructions, closing statement, and bill of sale, which could be optional depending on your brokerage. So that's just the beginning for the sellers.
and we should clarify, this is in California.
This is in California. And I bring this up because many times, especially we could, one of our bigger markets right now are the baby boomers, right?
Right.
Especially, at least in our area, we've talked about that a lot amongst our team. And would you agree, Ryan? Baby boomers, that's a big portion of our market here. And the last time baby boomers bought a home could have been 25 years ago. I'm dealing with that right now. And all of a sudden, there are these massive amount of documents, and they're like, what's going on? It just becomes so overwhelming for them. Not only the amount of documents, but the fashion in which we execute them, which most likely, he loves baby boomers, most likely is going to be done electronically. And so now we have, not all baby boomers, many baby boomers have become tech savvy, but many have not. And so not only are we asking them to fill out an exorbitant amount of documents, but we're asking them to do it electronically, and it can be very overwhelming for them.
Very quickly overwhelming. And even with that, there are so many documents, it becomes overwhelming. And I give respect to the people that want to go do a for sale by owner. Is holy crumpets. That's
it's not such an easy task for sale by owner anymore. There's a lot involved.
It really is. And I hear people say it all the time, I'll do it and save myself money. Okay, well, Good luck with that.
Good luck. You're going to need therapy, which could cost a lot more.
Yeah. I had a customer recently who said she wanted to represent herself. And I sent her over the document saying, here's your document saying you're going to represent yourself. To be clear, what that means is
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm going to send you everything, and you're responsible. That lasted about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Scott, can you go ahead and take care of this? Yes, I can.
Yeah.
It's also from a safety standpoint, is a realtor, and you know what? I'm gonna use the word realtor. From a realtor standpoint, is we have insurance. We're covered by our brokerages. If we dang it, we're covered for things like that, and almost anything can be fixed quickly before it gets too crazy. But we're covered for things like that, and the for sale by owner may not be. Your homeowner's insurance may not cover you for that, because guess what? You're selling your house. So just sorry about that as I was talking.
So we just ran through a quick list of the seller documents. And so your Rockstar new agent we've submitted the listing agreement to the transaction coordinator. And what if you don't have a transaction coordinator?
Well,
get one. Get one.
As I've said numerous times, I keep aces in their places. And there are people that are really good at paperwork and documents. I know how to do it. However, I don't do that every day. I sell houses every day. I talk to people. I look at different avenues of how to sell, what to sell, when to sell, stuff like that.
Yes, you do.
However, the paperwork aspect, I'd rather have someone that does it all day long. I mean, think of it. I mean, I don't want to compare a realtor to a doctor, but do you want a knee surgeon doing your heart surgery? No, you want your heart surgeon doing your heart surgery, because that's what he's good at. That's his niche. That's what he does every day, inside and out, every day, in and out, is doing that thing. So I encourage agents to get their TCs. I think I've said my scary thing when I first became an agent, I had 3 closings on the same day, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And unfortunately, my broker wasn't available and my mentor wasn't available. I was almost in tears. Nope,
I
not kidding.
The phone
call. Well, your name is kind of the reason why I got my first TC, is I'm looking at this list and going, who am I? Okay, there's a girl named Rachel. I'm going with that name.
Oh, so, you went with a girl named Rachel.
Yes.
However, it is important as a newer agent to really go through the steps.
Yes.
1, 2, maybe 3 times, because as agents, we need to understand the process so that we can support our transaction coordinators in the best way possible. And we have to understand the process so that we can do our negotiations correctly and have our timelines correct and know when we're supposed to do what. And some of it is systematic, and then I'd say 80% systematic and 20% holy shit.
I'm going to go up your systematic, and I'm going to continue on kind of what my timeline would be after I do that.
Yes.
After they send that over to me, we're going to go over a listing timeline. We're going to go over when are we doing the pictures? How are we doing the pictures? What kind of pictures are we? I thought I heard someone talking. That was weird. And
I was writing.
Going to go do another walkthrough with the seller. Ask the seller questions. What do you like? What don't you like? If you're going to be here for another 10 years, what would you do? What's your favorite thing? And that
if you're going to be here for another 10 years, what would you do? I like that question.
And I ask that question every time. One person said, "Can I put an F-18 sticker on it?" I'm like, "No, you cannot." You're going to order if you don't have sign. I bit my lip. If you don't have signs at the ready, you're going to order your signs. You're going to order your photographer, your videographer. You're going to set up the times. Is the house
step 1 has 20 things under it.
Right. Step 1. Step 1A.
Step 1A. Step 1B. Step 1C. Step 1Z.
And then if you are, and somebody I know who might be on the screen right now, going to go collect HOA documents or attempt to get HOA documents for 107 times or 7 times or a lot. And this one, with the advent of my best friend, ChatGPT. Oh, remind me to tell you something about ChatGPT later.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. You're going to go design a compelling MLS description. And MLS is a multiple listing service. And that's, from a customer standpoint, if your agent starts throwing around acronyms, stop him or her and say, what is that? Tell me what that is. Don't be afraid.
If you're a new agent and your mentor is talking in acronyms, ask your mentor.
Yes. I've been, even to this day, someone says, go get the WPQ. I'm like, the what?
We've talked about this before, even though it still pauses the process. Wait, what was that? Until it really, really becomes like first nature. It's like a language in and of itself.
Yeah, I would agree. You're gonna go design your MLS description, or use your best friend ChatGPT, but don't make it look like ChatGPT wrote it with words like nestled. I swear,
really uses that word nestled, do they?
I thought about the other day. When was the last time I used that word? And I figured it out.
Well, start using it now.
No, I'm not. No, it's a drinking game, and I have my what is this? My probiotic soda right here. Look, for every time someone says nestled, I have to take a drink. Then you're hey. You're gonna get your action plan ready now. Who are you going to market this to? Where are you going to market this to? Who's the potential buyer of the house? And again, you just said step A through Z. Now we're in plan B, where it's B through Z. Right. Your social media. Are you sending it out to just your people? How many followers do you have in social media? How many groups do you belong to on social media? Where else are you sending this? Up here in Ridgecrest, we have, you said the other day, you're like, why do I keep running into people from Ridgecrest? You've run into what, 4 people from Ridgecrest in the last couple of weeks?
Out here in Thousand Oaks.
Yeah.
I've only known one person in Ridgecrest, and that's you. And then all of a sudden, I'm meeting all these people saying Ridgecrest. Why are
you're like, where does this come from? You're going to prepare flyers and get ready for PDF inquiries. Schedule your first open house. There are agents.
So that was going to be my question. So
yes.
You have your listing agreement. You've done all of the things that you've just listed, and you've got your active listing on the MLS. How soon do you like to have an open house after you've started to advertise on the MLS?
That first weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That first weekend. There are agents that don't like doing open houses. The only thing I don't like about open houses, and I think it's the same thing you don't like, is putting up the damn signs.
I hate it. People stop and talk to me, and they honk their horns and scare the shit out of me. I hate it.
I have, what do I have? I think I have like 12 or 14, 15 signs.
I would never do that many.
I put them all out. I drive with my trunk open and I set them all out. I get back to the house and I'm all, okay, that's hot.
You're crazy.
But it works. The more signs, more people.
Really though? Because aren't you advertised, and don't people use their GPS now?
No. And a lot of, yes, but yes, however, or not but yes, however, people on their way to, who said Costco, because we have Costco's in Ridgecrest, on their way to Walmart. Hey, look, honey, an open house. And they use that voice.
Yeah, you get those.
50 of the 164 listings in Thousand Oaks have.
This is why I love Ryan.
Well,
thanks,
Ryan, I don't have enough soda to drink. To drink 50 swigs of Nestles now.
50 of the 164 active listings in Thousand Oaks. Well, then you know what? We need a new word for nestled. Because clearly people are using it far too much.
You think? Hey, Ryan, go look for the term nestled in ridgecrest. Go look that up. That's fun.
There's no nestling in ridgecrest.
Yes, but with cactus.
They're just laying on dying. Nobody nestles in ridgecrest.
We nestle, kind of. You're cracking yourself up. That makes me laugh.
There's no nestling going on.
Yeah. So open houses.
Yeah.
So I have to do it the first weekend.
Yes.
And when it comes to open house, make it inviting.
I enjoy open houses.
I know I know one particular agent who has built his multi-million-dollar 29 in Ridgecrest. They're all fired. And none of them are mine. They are. I'm gonna eat
Here's
a can.
the thing about the landscape of real estate now and being an agent. Because of the buyer broker agreement, a lot of people are going into open houses and what is this? No, sorry. 3 out of 20, 3 out of 29. Okay. Yeah. See,
okay.
people don't nestle in Ridgecrest. A lot of people are going out and looking at open houses and they don't have representation. Stay with me, Scott. Stay with me. Don't take me with you. You stay with me. You stay with me.
I'm with you. Wait,
so people are coming in without representation, which means you have the opportunity to find buyers and represent buyers. That can put us in a position of dual agency if we're doing an open house that is our listing. And California still allows dual agency. So this is why at this point I like doing open houses, because I get to meet a lot of active buyers.
There are some brokers that don't allow dual agency. And there are some brokers that won't allow another, I would say, won't allow myself as an Epic agent to go and do their open house, which that's no fun. If I want to do an open house, let me do your open house.
Oh, as an Epic agent, you can't go do somebody else's open house?
I can, sure. It's okay with
can't.
That. But their broker may not like it.
Oh, I see.
They do it in Texas. But like I said, I know a guy who's built his multi-million-dollar business on open houses. He's never bought a lead in his life.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's all about communication and talking.
So we've done the open house the first week. And then what's next? What do you tell your new agent to do next after the open house?
He's going to go through and he's going to contact everybody.
Yes. Follow up.
Absolutely. And then he and I are then going to touch base and say, what's going on? What's happening? Concerns, emotional outbursts. What's up?
Yes.
Only dumb questions. The one that's not asked. Let me know what's happening. And at some point, you're going to get an offer. And that moment the offer is received, alert the seller and set up a meeting or Zoom or phone call to go over it.
So I think we should stop here. And perhaps our next podcast can be where we go from here after we receive an offer, or maybe even multiple offers.
I like multiple offers.
Because we're going to run out of time, and I want to circle back and remind you what you wanted to share about ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, no, that's not for. Actually, you know what? Yes, I will.
Oh, that's off camera.
No, it's okay. I'll do it on camera. I was listening to the news this morning on my way to the house that I was dying of heat in, and there was a woman somewhere on the East Coast who wanted to marry her ChatGPT.
Marry.
She was absolutely in love with her ChatGPT. I was like, wait, how would you? get it, but she's absolutely in love with her ChatGPT. And with the paid version of ChatGPT, it will remember things. So she's putting in all kinds of things about everything. And it's like that became her best friend. She's like, I'm in love with my ChatGPT. And she named him Todd, I think. Yeah, it was fascinating. It was like, wow.
Supposedly happen. There's somebody for everybody.
I make the joke, my best friend ChatGPT, as I don't know if I mentioned it here or not, I've had 2 TIAs. There are times that
what's a TIA?
Trans-ischemic. I'm going to call it a mini stroke.
Intergalactic.
Yeah, it's a mini stroke. And there are times I lose words, or my thought process doesn't go the way it needs to go. I can go into ChatGPT and just put in my thought process and just use a couple of words like the blue ox on the hill at the red house. Oh, are you talking about this? And for someone who's had a stroke, it makes a big difference. I've had someone say, well, do you use that for email? I have. I don't think I've ever sent the email straight from ChatGPT. I've gone through and edited it out the way I wanted it to say. Then I've had gone back in and say, hey, would you, Siri? Oh, you know what, Ryan? I heard that. Siri's friend called me the other day and said that you had a thing with Siri.
Thing going.
Rachel and I think we beta tested the first ever Siri.
Let's wrap it up talking about that.
We will. Back in the day, what was that? That was
97, 98.
Yeah. We had something called, you want to do it? You do it and I'll do the voice.
Wildfire.
Here I
am. So we worked for, it was Pac Bell back then, right? It hadn't changed to AT&T yet. So just to circle back, Scott and I met, we were on the same team selling digital cell phones when they first hit the market back in 1997, 98. And we were using those Nokias, and texting was not out in the regular amongst the consumers yet. But we learned how to text. We had the texting service, and it was all like, you had to press 1 3 times to get to the letter C, but we got good at it. But then it did have a voice prompt, and the voice prompt, the name of the voice prompt was Wildfire. And if you had your phone on and you said, hey, Wildfire, she'd say, here I am. And I could say, call Scott Miller. And she'd say, calling Scott Miller. So we actually did have a Siri just amongst the employees at Pac Bell.
And she could get this traffic. It was I
don't remember that part of it, but I believe you.
Yeah, she did traffic. She didn't do weather very well.
No.
It was like, how's traffic on Interstate 5? And it would start in Reading and go all the way down.
It wasn't everything is so much more sophisticated yet now. But yeah, the other day we remembered Wildfire. So we'll wrap with that, right, Miller? So our next show, I'm keeping us on track. Our next show, we're probably going to have to pre-record because next Thursday I'm having something done from the dermatologist, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to look horrible. So we could pick up.
Wildfire is a skank, according to Siri, by the way.
What? Oh, Siri says Wildfire is a skank. Oh, God, Siri's so jealous, so catty.
Right now. Yeah.
Siri's catty. Wildfire would never say that.
Here I am.
So anyways, next one will be pre-recorded. I'd love to, we're going to have a guest on soon within the next week or so to talk about will and trusts. And we're going to loop back to this process after your new agent has done an open house and now they have multiple offers. What do we do next?
Yes. And then
how can people get a hold of you, Miller? I'm so taking the steering wheel on this one. How can people get a hold of you, Miller?
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? Now you just threw me off.
I know.
I can be reached at sellingkern.com, or you can text me at 760-264-3501, 760-264-3501, or Scott Miller at epique.me. And Rachel, how do they reach you?
Website is rachelmoreno.gratishomes.com. You can also email me at rachel@gratishomes.com.
Well, guess what? We did it in
31
minutes. Almost said seconds, but
thanks,
minutes.
Ryan, for hanging in there with us.
Very good, everybody. Thanks for watching. And until next time, we'll talk soon. Take care, everybody.